Hello guys and welcome back. Today we're gonna do one more time Battle for Middle-earth 1 video commentary on the patch 1.03 in the map Anorien. On the bottom left side of the map we have the yellow Rohan player Felix Anius. His ally at the top left side is the orange Rohan player Motak, also known as Orange in the BFME 1 community. Their opponents at the top right side is the red Isengard player BB Walter, also known as Unicorn. And Unicorn's ally at the bottom right side is Principino playing the blue Rohan. And yeah, talking about this matchup first. I think this matchup is gonna be quite hard later on for the double Rohan team. However, at the beginning of the game, in the early stages, they might be able to do something. Because this Isengard player is starting with 2 furnaces, so he will definitely need the help from the blue Rohan player Principino. Who is, by the way, sending his peasant forward. Unfortunately, this peasant battalion got quite damaged here from the works, but what he's gonna do is he's gonna capture the settlement for himself, while the Isengard player is taking the settlements in the middle, between Rohan and Isengard. These mills are way harder to take down, because you need to kind of walk all the way around it, and that's gonna increase the reaction time from the Isengard Rohan team. Talking about the Isengard player BB Walter, he was using his war chant for defensive purposes. Remember, Urukai in Battle for Middle-earth 1 are the most mobile infantry units, and they will be outrunning and catching every single other infantry unit from any other faction, including those peasants from the Rohan players, Felix Anius and Orange. And yeah, the main goal from the double Rohan team is obviously at the beginning of the game to deal as much damage as they possibly can, because that's the power spike. I mean, that's the power of the Rohan faction in a 2v2. They are quite strong with, very cheap peasants you can spam from your farms inside and outside of your base. While the goal of the Rohan Isengard team will be to keep those lumber mills alive as long as they possibly can, and I'm assuming the Isengard player is gonna go for the lords. In the meantime, I mean, he will be able to protect this farm anyway. The Rohan is just making many peasants to defend himself and his ally. And so far, the double Rohan team were not able to deal any kind of damage to the Rohan Eisen team. Unicorn is banging his ally, his hobbit was idle, was not doing anything. In the meantime, there is one peasant, he might be able to snipe some of those lumber mill workers. They're gonna turn now in order to kill him. But he needs to just hit those lumber mill workers twice and they will be gone. Every lumber mill worker you will be able to kill is always nice. He was able to clean up every single lumber mill worker here. That's gonna force Unicorn to make more of them. Then they cost 20 each. And most importantly, during the time when you don't have any lumber mill workers, you won't be able to get any kind of resources from this lumber mill. Lumber mill is a unique structure which can give you a lot of resources. However, unlike slaughterhouse, farm or furnace, you will definitely need a lot of lumber mill workers and also a lot of trees around your lumber mill in order to make some resources with it. The stable is up from Principino, who's all about to lose this farm, and Orange Rohan player Orange was actually able already to get this creep at the left side of the map for himself, and moving with a lot of those peasants forward. And together with Felix Anius, I think there are like 6 battalions of peasants and Mary level 1. You need to keep in mind that those Rohirrim, unlike the Gondor Knights, are quite weak against heroes. And yes, Principino ended up losing this farm, but that's not the end of the world. They only lost 1 farm at the beginning of the game. That's pretty much nothing. Warchan is available, can be used on those Rohirrim from the Isengard player. He's already asking for it. And with the Warchant buff, which is increasing the damage and armor of those units by 50% each, the Rohirrim, they should be able to clean up everything. However, you can see by yourself, the peasant is being, the hobbit is being a big threat and putting in some nice work. Nice trampling here, was able to get a lot of experience. And we have lords also on the field from the Isengard's player Unicorn, who is filling up his base completely nicely. And I think, wait a second, he didn't go for Eomer, he's going for the Rohirrim archers straight away. Which is kinda random, I don't like it. I feel like you will need Eomer here. Eomer leadership is gonna be great. Because without having the Eomer leadership, you won't be able to out-leadership the Rohan Isengard team. remember, they can just make Theoden, which is an insta leadership from Rohan faction, increasing your armor and attack damage by 50% each. And on top of that, he will have also the War Chant, which is gonna be additional 50% increased damage and armor, which means at the end of the day that the army and the units from the Rohan and Isengard team will be much stronger than the units from the double Rohan team. Lurtz was able to kill the troll at the top side, level 2.5 already. Remember, Rohirrim archers and Rohirrim are quite weak against heroes when they don't have armor and when they don't have leadership. So far, this game is looking quite good, and I like the way Principino is playing defensively and trying to keep those lumber mills from his allies safe until the pikemen from the Uruk pit will arrive. He's gonna get this creep. So far, he's not even the double Rohan team are not even trying to contest that. In the meantime, Felix Anius is trying to secure this troll at the bottom side of the map for himself. Remember, you don't want to lure as Rohan the troll into your base, because you don't have any way to deal with it. Unlike the Gondor Citadel, Rohan Citadel won't be able to shoot at the troll. However, they have some Rohirrim archers around, and he's trying to lurk around while using one of these Rohirrim archers to, make the troll keep running. The other Rohirrim archer battalion will be used to kill the troll. And so far, it's looking better and better for the Rohan Isengard team, in my opinion. He's also saving this spot for the armory. Lurtz was able to secure the creep for himself, rank 3.5. Heal was used, War Chant was used. That's gonna make the Rohirrim from the blue Rohan player Principino much stronger. And they are also being ranked 3.5. The War Creep at the right side is still remaining, while the Trolls and the War Creep at the left side was taken away. Well, Theoden was able to get the last hit on this troll, which is really nice from Orange. And Theoden was able to get a full rank from that, now only 2 ranks away from unlocking the Glorious Charge. Glorious Charge is the best sportive active buff on those cavalry units. If you didn't know, it does not only work on Rohirrim and Rohirrim archers, but it also works on Gondor Knights and on Warg Riders from the Isengard faction. So affects every single cavalry unit. Might be leaving the last hit on the Lurtz, which is gonna be the case. Lurtz is gonna be super powerful once he's level 5 and will be unlocking the leadership, which means additional 60% increased damage. It looks like you wanna leave the treasure to the Rohan player, which is smart, because Rohan has right now only 1 farm outside, and since he lost his farm, this is not even being close to hit rank 3, unlike those farms from the double Rohan team, which is normal. He's running into the Rohirrim archers, which is... oh, he might be losing that one. Never mind, he will be barely able to get away. That might force the Rohan player Principino to go for the armor first, and later on definitely get those horse shield upgrades, which is gonna reduce the damage income from the arrows. Also works against the Rohirrim archers. As we are able to see, the orange Rohan player Orange has a lot of Rohirrim archers on the field, sorry guys. Theoden is also really close to rank 3, and that's the whole promise. This Isengard player is playing super passive right now. He can be definitely putting more pressure. He has a lot of resource income with 3 lumber mills. Lurtz is being rank 4.5, half a rank away from unlocking the leadership, and as long as Lurtz is lurking around, this Theoden has to be super careful, because all it takes is use the cripple ability and then go put on the sword and use your carnage. And this Theoden will be doomed. There is no way of him getting away. Armory wise, he's going for the heavy armor first, which is the right call. Felix Anius is going for the armory as well. It looks like he deleted his stable for that, which is something you can do if you have... no, never mind. Wait, let me check a second. Did he go for the Horseman Shield? No, he didn't go for it. So then, in this case, I don't like the way Felix Anius did that. Deleting the stable before, purchasing the Horseman Shield is gonna be a mistake in my opinion. But Felix Anius, just like Orange and Principino, are experts in Battle for Middle-earth 1. So who am I to judge that? He knows what he's doing, I'm assuming. Anyways, Theoden ranked 2.5. Armory is up also for Orange. He also deleted his stable, by the way, which is okay because he's going for the Rohirrim archers only. So he doesn't need to purchase, obviously, the Horseman Shield upgrade. Later on, this blue Rohan player, Principino, might also go for the Rohirrim archers, by the way. Remember, with Rohirrim archers with war chant buff and especially with the movement speed buff from Palantir, can put so much work. Talking about the power points, let's take a look into it. Felix Anius, the yellow Rohan player, has collected heal, drafts and half a power point afterwards. On the other side, BB Walter, Unicorn at the top right side, the Isengard player has war chant, Vision of Palantir and almost a power point collected. We have Murtak, Orange at the top left side, collected heal and draft and half a power point. And last but not least, Principino, the blue Rohan player at the bottom right side, has heal, draft and 1 power point collected afterwards. Now he has a lot of pikes around, I mean not a lot of pikes, 1 pike with full upgrades, quite powerful. And before Orange is gonna be able to purchase the fire arrow upgrade for those Rohirrim archers, they have to be super careful, because taking down those pikemen will be taking a lot of time, since they are not only missing the fire arrow upgrades damage buff, but also he didn't go for Eomer at the first place, so they are missing a lot of leadership, which is gonna reduce their damage output and make it hard to deal with those pikemen. Yet it's gonna be much easier, because remember, pikemen are very weak against fire. So once those Rohirrim archers have fire arrow upgrade purchased, Isengard player has to play a bit more careful. But he's already leading forwards with combos. He's making pikeman crossbowman combo and Uruk-hai crossbowman combo. The difference between those combos, by the way, if you didn't know, the pikeman crossbowman combo are obviously good against the rush damage from cavalry units. In this case, we are talking about the Rohirrim from the yellow Rohan player, Felix Anius. However, they are very weak against fire. Like mentioned before, the pikemen in the front line, they will be sniped down easily from those Rohirrim archers once they are ready to go. He's going for the cripple ability. Will he be? No, he's gonna miss it. I think Orange noticed that, and now he can actually abuse the fact that the cripple ability is on cooldown, can go for a hit and run play. And remember, Double Rohan are in a disadvantage in this matchup, yes, but they have a lot of mobility. And they have the power combined with melee units like this normal Rohirrim and the range units, Rohirrim archers, which is gonna make them quite dangerous for the Isengard main base, because they could just group and go for the base. Before the Isengard Rohan team will be able to siege the walls, the base, they need to be super patient and super careful. In this case, he needs to leave like 1, maybe even 2 combos inside the space for defensive purposes. Right now he's running all over the map, but like mentioned before, Felix Anius and Orange, they could use the mobility and go for a hit and run. That's why I would say again, like mentioned before, purchasing the Horseman shields for Felix Anius, the yellow Rohan player, would be a great idea. Without the Horseman shields, especially later on, once those furnaces hitting rank 3, it's gonna be very hard without the support from Orange to rush the Isengard base. Okay, Lourdes is getting closer and closer to the rank 5 power spike. He's going now for the Theoden. Theoden will also give leadership to those Isengard combos. And with the Theoden leadership, with the ward chance, and with a Lourdes level 5, on top of that, with a potential freezing rain later on, these combos, they will not only hit like a truck, but they will be super tanky. Unless Orange will be able to unlock the Glorious Charge. And at this point, I would say that maybe picking the Tainted Land with the Isengard faction would be a better choice than going for the Freezing Rain. Because I've explained it already in my videos before. When do you pick Freezing Rain? And when it's better, or he's not demolishing those towers, Theoden was able to get the experience, getting rank 3, the rush continues. And yeah, when to pick Freezing Rain and when to pick Tainted Lands. And I've explained that a couple of times. I would pick Freezing Rain when I know that my enemy has more leadership than I do. But if I do have more leadership, which is definitely being the case for the Rohan Isengard team, because remember, the Rohan, he's running down with the Theoden, and Theoden is getting sniped down. And luckily for the Rohan Isengard team, this Theoden was not able to get the experience. Go for a cripple, he's gonna be able to cripple him down. No, he's not going for it, oh my godness. What am I watching right now, guys? I'm a bit confused. He was definitely in range, but this Rohirrim Archer Battalion will be sniped down here, unfortunately. He's again here in the middle of the... Cripple him. Oh, he's running into the pikeman. He's going for the cripple now. There we go. Theoden has been crippled down. That's the time for the Rohan Isengard's team to shine. Theoden will be getting killed. And in the meantime, I think, never mind. I was asking myself if he went to go for a base rush or gate rush, but he, I think, just demolished the archery range after purchasing the fire arrow upgrades. Okay, what I wanted to say before, guys, I'm just gonna finish my sentence. Hopefully, when there is nothing else happening. The reason why I would pick Tainted Land over Freezing Rain is when I know that my leadership is more, and I do have more leadership than my enemy does. Which is right now being the case for the Rohan Isengard's team. The main reason for that is because the double Rohan team, they didn't go for the Eomer at the first place. So they actually have only the leadership from Theoden right now. Going now for Eomer super leads, hoping to get some experience, but remember, in order to unlock the leadership with Eomer, you need to get him level 4 first. And this is gonna be harder later on than early on. Early on, you can obviously always snipe a couple of those unupgraded Rohirrim with one shot, the spear. But later on, you won't be able to one-shot them anymore once they have Theoden leadership and once they have heavy armor purchased. He's going now for Aragorn, I'm assuming, right? No, he's going for reviving his Theoden first. And might go for Aragorn later on for the spot. Isengard player was able to capture the middle for himself, which is a mistake in my opinion. Because now you give the double Rohan team just more targets to attack, to go for. And it's gonna make your life a bit harder because now you will be forced to defend your main base and the middle at the same time, which means you need to split your army again, which again gives some more time to actually act, to re-coordinate, reorganize the army from the double Rohan team, and potentially get the one rank he's missing to unlock the Glorious Charge. Glorious Charge will be definitely a huge power spike for the double Rohan team, and he's getting closer and closer to that. And what they could possibly do is rush the main base and the middle at the very same time. That's a possibility, right? So they have a lot of mobility like mentioned before. So for example, Yellow Rohan player Felix Anius could go for the main base, while Orange could go for the middle. That's gonna make it hard for the Isengard player to demolish those towers in time when he's being attacked from two sides at once. And that might lead you to get the power points you need, to get the experience you need, and even potentially unlock 2 glorious charges at once. Okay, Orange is ready. Eomer is obviously still on rank 1. And I think going for the Tainted Land will be a better choice right now, because he's gonna be far away. He also picked the industry. I think he's just saving for Saruman and just giving some time for the double Rohan team. Yes, I have said before that double Rohan is gonna be weaker than Rohan Isengard's team, but however, double Rohan can just easily get more power points than you can. And so far they are putting in some nice work, using the mobility wisely, and now regrouping with the army, and they might go for a big push. Because right now the Isengard player has only pikemen inside the space, in one combo. This one combo and those pikemen, they won't be able to do anything once Orange spots the army from Felix Anius with his Rohirrim archers. And they're gonna get pretty much one-shotted. And the way you can actually play against the pikeman crossbowman combo is you go with your Rohirrim archers and attack them, and you end up killing the front line very fast. So the pikes in the front, they will be gone. Then Felix Anius, the yellow Rohan player, could go for a charge and trample this combo down like nothing. Lourdes, by the way, still on the rank 4, was not able. I mean, this Isengard player is playing super defensively, and because he's going for the Saruman, then he's gonna go for the siege. That obviously gives so much time to the double Rohan team. And I think Saruman is not gonna be even needed in this matchup, because Saruman is gonna be even a bad thing for me, in my opinion, for the Isengard player. Because what are Rohirrim archers strong against? Exactly, they are strong against heroes. And I don't think that Saruman will be able to deal significant amount of damage without having to step up forwards and being in a dangerous spot. And the leadership from Saruman is quite limited, so you don't really need him for the leadership. Yes, you can rank up your units and stuff, but that's pretty much it. So I don't think that you will be ever in the range to use a perfect Wormtongue. Yes, you will be able to fire a couple of fireballs from time to time, and they can give you some power points, but for that, kind of wasting 5,000 resources when you actually don't need them, when you have already the strong army, is kind of questionable. And yeah, I mean now, like, that's what I'm talking about. He needs to, that's what I'm talking about. You see that, guys? He's going for the towers, and because he's watching over at this side, he was not paying attention. We have Aragorn also on the fields now from the blue Rohan player. Palantir and Vorchan has been used on those units, by the way, and they're running it down. Nice move here from Orange, splitting his army and attacking the middle, and making sure that Theoden is close enough to share the experience from killing those structures. But he needs to be careful to not lose too many Rohirrim archers. They are quite expensive units. Eomer in the meantime still rank 1, same here for the Theoden from Felix Anius. Fireball missed actually, he was not able to get any kind of experience on the Saruman. And if Fireball is on cooldown, like I've said before, I don't think that you will be, you know, ever able to get into the range for a beautiful Wizard Blast with Saruman. Saruman is super powerful, yes, but he's super squishy as well. So you might lose him in a second and a half. And the thing with the Wurmsong is, if you are playing BFME 1 for a while, you know what I'm talking about. After casting your Wurmsong ability with Saruman, you won't be able to move with him like for 3 seconds, which is gonna be more than enough time for the Rohirrim archers to kill you. Yes, maybe the heal from Principino might be in time. However, Felix Anius, the yellow Rohan player, has now the Elven Wood collected. Elven Wood is something like rain, negates all your leadership, I mean negates all the leadership from the enemy player, obviously. On the other side, BB Volta can go for the Tainted Land, but I'm assuming, since he didn't pick it yet, that he's trying to go for the Freezing Rain. And Murtag, the orange Rohan player, has Elven Wood as well. So Principino might be able to cover the first Elven Wood, but I think they don't want to do that, because covering an Elven Wood might be situationally a very, very bad choice, because if Isengard player gets rain and uses it, and there is a random land, Tainted Land or Elven Wood from Principino on the ground, what Felix Anius and Orange can just do is step up on the land, leave it afterwards, and like Nostercrest, your leadership is back. He's just feeding now some pikemen, they're gonna get one-shotted like mentioned before. Where is the Theoden when we need him? He was also able to get away. Also Horseman Shield, by the way, purchased. Theoden from Felix Anius is actually rank 2 now. And they are going now forward. The base is pretty much unprotected. Like mentioned before, this one combo battalion won't be able to do anything. He's going for the double siege works and trying to get some ballistas on the field. Isengard player is still 3 power points away from getting the Freezing Rain. And without Freezing Rain, trying to go inside the Rohan base is gonna be a bit risky, because you don't want to underestimate the damage output or the damage increase. He's going for it was actually nice fireball here, but he needs to now step back. Theoden is really close to Glorious Charge, that's what they are aiming for. Felix Anius in the meantime is diving in. Oh my god, Eomer almost rank 3, he's only 1 rank away now. Vorchan actually used on those units, which is a mistake. Now they can peel and group up with the army here. Theoden can't really step up, and with Theoden not being around, they have just too much army. Aragorn is diving in. Aragorn doesn't have the Anduril sword. Fiesta is happening here. What is going on? Hard to see. Lutz is looking for an opportunity to cripple down. He is still not rank 5, still missing the 60% increased leadership. Felix Anius is disengaging. He was able to get a decent amount of experience for his heroes. Indeed, this Eomer is rank 3 and Theoden is almost rank 3 as well. Sniped the Theoden and almost getting rank 4. Principino didn't only lose his Theoden now, he needs to revive him, but gave so much experience to the Eomer from Principino. And the 60% increased damage and 50% combat experience gonna mean a lot. And the combat experience is not gonna be only good for the Rohirrim, no, it's also gonna work on the Theoden, so he will be gaining much more experience when standing close to the Rohirrim with the buff. And that's what I'm talking about. The combo, the one combo, not gonna do anything, he's losing all of them. Theoden was unfortunately not close enough. And now the blue Rohan player Principino is sending help. In the meantime, he can't really leave the middle. He can't, because once he does that, Orange will be ready to attack the middle and take down the siege works and everything. It looks like he was picking the Anduril sword on this Aragorn, so I'm assuming he won't be having the Elven Wood available. So remember, double land advantage is definitely on the side from Rohan. That's something we need to keep an eye on for the next big team fight. And the next, I mean, so far we didn't have a team fight because the double Rohan team, they were not looking for a fight, which is the right call. So they were looking for a hit and run and trying to snipe some experience. We have also now Legolas on the field, rank 2.5. If you didn't know, the Train Archer's ability from Legolas rank 4 also works on the Lurtz. So Lurtz finally might be able to get to rank 5 as he's sitting on rank 4 now forever. Don't run it down. You might go for a Visa Plus. One Ballista has been taken down already. He's going for a Visa Plus. It looks like he's gonna sacrifice and taking down 2 Ballistas. Lurtz finally was able to get rank 5 here, by the way. 60% more damage. A couple of furnaces are destroyed, but the base from the Isengard player overall is being safe. And now they have the Theoden level 4, boys. That's a fight we are waiting for since the beginning of this game. And I feel it. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be devastating. Because this is not a huge army from the Isengard player. Remember, they don't have the lands, but he has the power points for freezing rain now. Tesla Industry should be just using it in the middle, gain more resources, because he might be forced to replace all the units. And remember, there are so many heroes. If the double Rohan team, and look the army, it looks like Minas Tirith, Glorious Charge, the Rohirrim are diving in, rain will be used, land will be used. That means no one has right now leadership. Now you need to make a choice. We have Saruman diving in. Land will be covered and recovered. That's a major mistake. That means the Rohan players, they have the leadership back. Saruman is getting focused on, that's what I'm talking about. Wongtong will be used, but he's not gonna be able to move for a couple of seconds, but he was taking everything! He was taking everything! Look, all the Rohirrim archers are under control from the Isengard player. Saruman was able to get away. Theoden is getting killed here. Aragorn level 6, and he should not dive in with the Rohirrim archers because the time remaining is gonna be gone soon. He should be just trying to group with them and go for a beautiful Visa Plus. On the right side for the double Rohan team, they have still a lot of army left, and now the units are back. He didn't lose basically anything because, the Wongtong was able to get the control out of all of them. And Big Fiesta, he needs to be careful with this Aragorn. This is the Aragorn from Orange, by the way. He's almost level 7. They are staying on the land from the double Rohan team. That's a major mistake. You don't want to be there. You don't have any leadership on those combos. Everything is getting down, and Glorious Charge is being almost right. Oh, second Glorious Charge. That's what I'm talking about, lads. That is crazy. And once this effect from this Glorious Charge is gonna be gone, Saruman, we need to keep an eye on them. On him, I mean. He's gonna be taken down. He has also Eomer leadership. Eomer, by the way, rank 9. And they have the leadership back because Principino decided to cover the land, which is a mistake, obviously, right? I mean, that's a bit of miscommunication, I think. So, after using the rain, and if you end up putting land anyway, you should have gone for the Tainted Land. And in my opinion, if you went for the Tainted Land, and if you would be covering that at the first place, he covers, then the enemy Rohan covers again, and then Principino covers, they have leadership back, and they can fight. They have more leadership, but for some reason, Unicorn actually end up standing on this Alvin Wood from the double Rohan team, and now the freezing rain is completely useless. Absolutely useless. He lost his Saruman, he lost his Lord, and on the other side, this double Rohan team, they have like double Glorious Charge, Aragorn rank 7, and a massive, highly ranked army, and also Eomer rank 9. So that means in total they have 50% increased damage. However, double Theoden doesn't stack, so you can't have 2 leadership from the same hero at once. This is not possible. But they have this way double Theoden, 1 in the front line, diving in with the Rohirrim, and 1 in the back line, spotting the Rohirrim archers. And on top of that, they have Eomer leadership, which means 60% more damage. In total, that makes it... Oh, wait a second. In the meantime, I was missing so much things. The Rohan base is under attack. That is Fiesta. That's gonna force the Isengard player to go back, but with what army? He doesn't have that much. The Ents are devastating. They are crushing the walls from the blue Rohan player. He's trying to repair. Glorious Charge was used. You can repair 1, but can you repair 3 at once? All they need to do is focus down the structures, take them down one by one. And the army, I mean, they have the leadership from Aragorn and Theoden, so don't underestimate that. But still, the Ents are still remaining. They have a lot of time left. One combo, I don't think that this is going to be enough, because all the Rohan team Rohan players have to do is just focus down the structures. Remember, the middle is under control from the Isengard player, so if Rohan ends up losing his structures, he will be defeated. He is trying to rebuild, but the Ents are still here, and the Ents, they are not trying to leave, they are here to fight. Principino, ladies and gentlemen, has been defeated. So I don't think that, or he has a chance to win us in a 2v1 situation, because he was defeated, and that means when you are defeated, you're not leaving your heroes behind. Isengard has only his own heroes against double land, double glorious charge. What a game, boys. What a game. And what went wrong here? I think the major mistake, this is my opinion, guys. You can let me know your opinion in the comment section below. By the way, if this is your very first time on my YouTube channel and you are looking for more content based on the Battle for Middle-earth games, please don't forget to leave a like on this video and definitely hit that big red subscribe button and turn on the notifications as well. What went wrong? For me, the major mistake was the one big fight everyone was building up for went absolutely devastating and horrible actually for the Rohan Isengard's team, because that was a miscommunication 2.0 actually, He put, as the Rohirrim were diving in with the glorious charge, obviously, you can read it like a book. They were looking for a land trample play. Everyone knows that. Those players, they definitely know that, because they are really good, great expert players of BFME 1. At this point, Isengard player choose to use Freezing Rain, which is not bad, because this way, okay, I don't have leadership, but they don't have leadership as well. However, if you didn't know, with the Freezing Rain, you can negate the passive leadership from the army. However, you are not able to negate the glorious charge. That means, in a total, in like no leadership for you, no leadership for me, but I do have glorious charge, I win. Okay? And at this point, after a couple of seconds, after the army already took a lot of damage, Principino decided to cover that land. Okay? And then obviously Orange was ready to cover with his own land, and it was still winnable, since he actually pulled off a great Wormtongue and take every single Rohirrim Archer battalion from Orange under his control. But then, for some reason, he decided to actually give them back for free. So he sent them back into the base, and after doing that, before they were actually able to kill the well, the time remaining went off, and Orange was able to control his Rohirrim Archers again. And that was, for me, the major mistake. He could have still won this fight by, trying to kill every single Rohirrim Archer. The way to do that is obviously easy. At the end of the day, you might be forced to sacrifice your Saruman for that, but put those Rohirrim Archers, right in front of your Saruman, right-click on your Wizard Blast, which was available, by the way, and then, without a leadership, your Wizard Blast, if not one-shot them, but gonna put them really low and knock them underground, and then you have still a couple of combos left. They can shoot. What are Rohirrim Archers weak against? Exactly, they are weak against fire. Anyway, guys, that was crazy game actually. Happy New Year, by the way, guys. Tomorrow is the last day of this year. I want to again say thank you, guys. We are growing almost every single day. Thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, have a great time tomorrow with your family, with your friends, with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your kids. And see you stronger than ever before in the new year in 2020. And until then, take care of yourself. And as always, stay beyond standards. Peace, guys.